So I'm sure we're all aware with how weird anime can get sometimes with its ideas and stories, which is one of the reasons why I watch anime to begin with. Not every show is going to be as outlandish as the rest. You'll even find a lot that are pretty tame and wholesome. And then you have ones that trot somewhere in the middle, shows that have weird premises but don't make you question your life choices. 2022's Your Boy Kongming is one of those shows.
申し遅れました。私、姓は諸葛、名は亮。あざらを孔明と申します。
So you mean to tell me that there's a show where one of China's greatest military strategists reverts back to his younger self before finding himself in Japan, or hell in this case, with no means of going back to his own era, and now he wants to help out an underground artist reach the top? Yes. What the fuck? Your Boy Kongming easily takes the title for most unique show this season. To me, this is the epitome of what makes anime stand out from Western media. It's able to shove a bunch of random ideas that have no correlation to each other and somehow make it work. Not just that, but give you some genuinely endearing scenes that make you forget how odd the premise is. Oh, look at me, I have a show that brings back historical figures and puts them in high school. Well, we made a motherfucking Chinese military strategist rap.
Say what?
I'm sorry, Clone High is actually a great show.
Say what?
It's funny because everyone just thinks he's a hardcore cosplayer, to which I don't blame them. But it's his strategies that let you know that he isn't to be fucked with. I would go on Google and be like, holy shit, the Stone Sentinel maze is an actual thing? And Sun Tzu? I know that guy. Honestly, forget all those shows that are based on the romance of the Three Kingdoms. I'll yeet that shit so far down the Yangtze River that, One of my favorite characters in this show has to be the owner. He looks intimidating, but you realize he just wanted someone to talk about the Three Kingdoms with. Cause that's what real men talk about. Bro dude, check out this girl's OnlyFans. Nah dude, if she ain't down to be my Xiao Qiao to my Zhao Yu, she can take a trip down the red cliffs where Cao Cao lost to Liu Bei and Sun Quan, which was the start of the Three Kingdoms where Cao Cao commanded the northern state Wei, Liu Bei commanded the western state Shu, and Sun Quan commanded the southern state Wu. Bro, I'm just trying to sip in peace, man. Simp is actually a term used by Zhang Fei. Fuck! And then you realize the owner's just a nice dude who looks out for our main character, Eiko. Eiko struggled to find confidence in herself as a singer after the countless number of rejections from agencies and the like. It was because of Kongming that she was able to take more risks, to go big or go home in her career as an artist. Side note, can we talk about the opening because this freaking slaps? It reminds me of the Mob Psycho opening with its visuals, but has a really old school dance track that's super fun yet catchy. You can't not dance to this, I swear. I mean, look how fluid these dance moves are, god damn! If I didn't know any better, I would've just brushed the show off as a Saint Young Men clone. You know, the show about Jesus and Buddha hanging out. Yeah, that was a real show.
あれだけはっきり歌っておきながら、ロシア語か何かだと思ってるんだろうな。
But to my surprise, it blew any expectations I had coming into the show from the first episode alone. One of the tropes I love to see in anime is reverse isekai or fish out of water stories. Technically this isn't an isekai but rather time travel, but it gives you that same feeling. Kongming was transported thousands of years in the future and he was curious to learn about phones, clocks, whatever this thing is, and of course, music. There's a ton of shows out there that revolve around music. Sometimes it's secondary to the main plot or characters, and other times it takes center stage, as the show wants to explore what music means to its characters. For this show in particular, music was a form of salvation and encouragement. Having realized that there was no way of returning to the past or reuniting with his comrades, Kongming felt alone in an unfamiliar world, but it was Eiko's music that was able to give him hope. The more I watch this scene, the more I empathize with him. It's this idea that what's gone can never truly be forgotten. The lyrics themselves also speak to his heart. Even though everything he knew was gone, he wanted to keep moving forward. It's really cool to see him apply war tactics into something that's on a much smaller scale. He's a strategist, and so he manages to find new and creative ways to help Eiko reach her goal. But he doesn't want to be the one doing the actual heavy lifting. He's quick to understand where her weaknesses are, and wants her to overcome it on her own. Kongming will help her find an audience, but it's her singing that will ultimately keep them coming back. Eiko wants to move people the way her idol did, and Kongming feels the same sentiment towards Eiko. It's reminiscent of something like Carol and Tuesday, a story about two underground artists who want to convey their feelings with their music. Underdog stories where you can't help but root for our main characters. There's really not much else I can say. It's a story with an absurd premise, but hiding underneath the surface is something that has potential to be something amazing, and I can't wait to see where the show goes in the future.